Hello, sixth graders. Hopefully you were able to watch the introduction video because it really laid out to you why this quotient of powers property works to simplify expressions. We are only going to be targeting this one property today, but we are going to review the properties that we did yesterday a little bit when we get into some more complex problems to simplify with expressions. So the first property and the only property today is quotient of powers property. To divide powers with the same base, subtract their exponents. So what this essentially means is 4 to the 5th power, or 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, divided by 4 to the 2nd power, which is 4 times 4. Well, because you have the same number on top and the same number on the bottom, I can cancel. So because there's 2 on the bottom, I can cancel 2 on the top, and that's going to leave me with 4 to the 3rd, or 4 times 4 times 4. But the little shortcut that you can do is you can just subtract the exponents when they have the exact same base. So since this one has a base of 4, this one has a base of 4, I can subtract 5 minus 2 and simplify to just write 4 to the 3rd power. And this is just a little algebra example. A to the m divided by a to the n, they have the same base, so I'm going to subtract the exponents m minus n. But of course a cannot equal 0 because of course you cannot divide by 0. So looking at the first example here, it says simplify each expression, write your answer as a power. So 4 to the 5th divided by 4 to the 2nd, they have the same base, so I'm going to subtract 5 minus 2, and that of course gives me 4 to the 3rd power. Second example here says negative 2 to the 10th divided by negative 2 to the 3rd. I'm going to subtract 10 and 3, and that's going to leave me with negative 2 to the 7th power. Now remember, the negative 2 is in parentheses, so you should keep it in parentheses for your answer, because if it wasn't in parentheses, you might end up with a different answer. For question C, p to the 7th divided by p to the 6th have the same base, so 7 minus 6 would leave me with p. Now you could write an exponent of 1 here. I certainly wouldn't mark it wrong if you did that, but it's just understood when you have a number like this, the exponent will be 1. It's understood that that is the case. You can pause the video and answer these 4 on your own. All right, to check these 4, 7 minus 4 would give you 9 to the 3rd power. 6 minus 5 would give you 1, so that would just be 4.2 to the 1st power, or we can just write it as 4.2. 8 minus 4 would give you 4, so it would be negative 8 in parentheses to the 4th power. And the last one, 8 minus 3 is 5, so the correct answer would be x to the 5th power. Example 2, simplify, write your answer as a power. So now we're getting into a little bit more complex ones. Well, I see negative 3 and negative 3 have the same base, so I'm going to subtract 9 minus 4, which leaves me with 5. And then I have the same base with these b's, so I'm going to subtract 7 minus 2, and that's going to leave me with b to the 5th. They want my answer to be written as a power, so I'm just going to keep it like that. Negative 3 to the 5th power, b to the 5th power. Down here, 4 and 4, same base, so 3 minus 2 would be 1. X and X have the same base, so 8 minus 3 would be 5. And then the Z and Z have the same base, so 5 minus 4 would be 1. So that leaves me with 4. Remember, it's understood it's to the 1st. X to the 5th, Z, and remember, it's understood that that is to the 1st power. You can pause the video and do these ones on your own, except I don't think that this direction here should be crossed out. I think you are supposed to write those ones as a power. All right, to check these ones, this would obviously give me 5 to the 2nd because 4 minus 2 is 2. 8 minus 5 would be 3. And 6 minus 3 would give me 3 as well. So 5 squared, f to the 3rd, r to the 3rd. This one, remember, there is a 1 here. It's just not written there. So 3 minus 1 would be 7 to the 2nd. 7 minus 3 would be 4. So 7 to the 2nd, d to the 4th. Next up, example 3. Simplify this, and remember, this is where we're going to be reviewing what we did yesterday. Yesterday, when we were multiplying and we had the same base, we added the exponents. So first I'm going to simplify the top. 6 plus 2 would give me 8, so that's 5 to the 8th. And then I'm going to divide that by 5 to the 4th. Well, now since those have the same basis, I can subtract those exponents, so that will leave me with my final answer of 5 to the 4th written as a power. Example 4 is a little bit more complex. Now I want to have multiply these two, which means I add my exponents, and then I want to add the exponents down here as well. So that's going to give me z to the 14th, because that's what 6 plus 8 is, and 2 to the 5th, or 2 plus 5 would give me 7. Now I can simplify these because they have the same base by subtracting 14 and 7, and that gives me z to the 7th as my simplified answer. Now, these questions here say simplify the expression. They do not say write your answer as a power. So when you can simplify powers, please do that. But first, simplify the exponents and then answer the questions. All right, to check these ones. So first thing I did was added 3 and 5 and got 8. Then 15 minus 8 left me with 2 to the 7th power. And then I figured out 2 to the 7th power is 128. Second one here, I added 5 plus 9 and got 14. I added 1 and 8 and got 9, and that simplified to be d to the 5th. Now some students will ask me, well, what if I divide these first and then simplify? Will I still get the same answer? And the answer is yes. 5 minus 1 would give you d to the 6th, or excuse me, d to the 4th. 9 minus 8 would leave you with d to the 1st. So then you would add d to the 4th plus d to the 1st, and that would still give you d to the 5th. It's kind of whatever you want to do. I usually just combine them this way and then divide last. Next one, I would add 9 plus 5, and that gives me 5 to the 14th. 4 plus 2, that gives me 6. So then 14 minus 6 would give me 5 to the 8th power. And then I want to simplify it from there. That gives me 390,625. Now, what I noticed on your homework assignment is when you got to example 4, that's when it just said to simplify. So now you're not going to be writing your answer as powers necessarily. You're going to be writing them out if you need to. But that doesn't happen until you get to questions with example 4. So make sure you're paying attention to the directions. If they say simplify the expression, then simplify and then find out what the answer is. If it says write your answer as a power, then you would have this part as your answer there. All right, that takes us to a real life application. The projected population of Hawaii in 2030 is about 5.59 times 2 to the 18th. The land area of Hawaii is about 2 to the 14th square kilometers. Predict the average number of people per square kilometer in 2030. So what I need to do is I need to divide these two numbers here. So 5.59 times 2 to the 18th divided by 2 to the 14th. Well, I can't do anything with the 5.59, so I just keep it there, but I can simplify these two because they have the same base. 18 minus 14 gives me 4. So that leaves me with 5.59 times 2 to the 4th power. Well, they want to have the number of people, so I'm actually going to multiply 5.59 times 2 to the 4th. And that gives me 89 people per kilometer squared. So that means in the year 2030, there are going to be about 89 people per square kilometer living in Hawaii. Please pause the video and answer this question on your own. All right, to check this one, it's 2.25 times 2 to the 21st divided by 2 to the 17th. Well, 2.25 stays the same. 21 minus 17 leaves me with 4. So then 2.25 times 2 to the 4th means that there will be 36 people per kilometer squared living in Alabama. Now, if you compare that to Hawaii, you can see that there are less people per square kilometer in Alabama than there are in Hawaii. But if I had the choice, I would probably live in Hawaii myself. All right, your homework assignment is page 726 to 727, numbers 1 through 28, 30, and 33 through 37. So we'll get started on it together. Number 1 says, describe in your own words how to divide powers. And what you're going to do is you're going to subtract the exponents of numbers with the same base. Remember, the important thing here is same base. When you're dividing powers, if they have the same base, then you can subtract the exponents to simplify. Question number 2 says, which quotient does not belong with the other 3? And the one that does not belong is this one right here. The reason this one doesn't belong is because they do not have the same base. I can't subtract those exponents to simplify because my bases are different. This one has a base of -4, this one has a base of -3, so I can't do that. I could do that for the other 3, but not for this one. Thanks for watching.